For the past decade, Scottie Baldwin has been on quite a roll. He's been criminally charged with beating up or threatening 4 different women.
And next thing I know, I was punched in the face. And blood was just coming out of my nose. I've never been hit in the face like that.
This woman, we'll call Karina, is the only victim who testified against him.
A lot of women won't come forward. They call the police, but they don't follow through with everything.
Over the years, one woman has accused Baldwin of beating her up again and again. We'll identify her only as RZ, and according to court records, Baldwin has repeatedly punched her, slapped her, shoved her, and kicked her, even broke a beer bottle over her face and gave her 17 stitches. But every time a case gets to court, RZ disappears, and every time Scottie Baldwin gets off scot-free.
And you can't tell me that all this is just some big misunderstanding that's been going on for the last 5 to 7 years.
It's not safe enough. It's a dangerous system.
When Assistant Milwaukee DA Jeff Gripe recently testified in Madison about the need for stricter witness intimidation laws, he showed lawmakers our investigation of Scottie Baldwin. Just days after that hearing, Baldwin allegedly struck again, battering RZ unmercifully and leaving her with blurred vision and a goose egg-sized lump on her forehead.
She seemed very frightened, and she had 2 black eyes and some swelling by her eyes.
This time, Baldwin's accuser didn't just fail to appear in court. She sent a 1-paragraph letter to the judge claiming she made the whole thing up. "I had a fight in the club," the letter reads. "I called the cops and informed them that Scottie did it to me. I refused to come to court, knowing that I lied." But did she really?
It's at least likely that there is some witness tampering.
Now prosecutors say they have proof in Scottie Baldwin's own words.
The defendant has called or attempted to call the victim of this offense approximately 30 times from the Milwaukee County Jail on her cell phone.
Hello, this is a call from an inmate from the Milwaukee County House of Corrections.
Gripe says on one of those jailhouse phone recordings, Baldwin tells RZ she'll be getting a floppy disk with a letter on it that she needs to have notarized. Days later, the letter recanting her story arrived in the judge's chambers, notarized.
Not just a letter, it's a sworn affidavit. It's not done in handwriting. It is done by a computer that was signed consistent with the defendant saying that a disc was coming.
Baldwin does not have a computer in jail, but prosecutors believe the calls are proof that he orchestrated his victim's changing story.
There are a lot of troubling pieces of information.
Judge Frederick Rosa has not heard the calls himself, but he heard enough to yank Baldwin's telephone and mail privileges while he's in jail, to his lawyer's dismay. This time, however, the case is rolling on, with or without RZ's cooperation. In case you're wondering, Baldwin was not in a wheelchair, but rather a restraint chair. Just this week, Fox 6 received a handwritten letter, supposedly from Baldwin's sister, informing us that he's being kept in the hole. The letter asked that we go to the jail to interview him about that. Of course, we can't do that, considering the judge has cut off his communication privileges, but we do expect to see Baldwin back in court on Tuesday. Brian Polson, Fox 6 Investigators.